welcome to Stay Home, Eat Great. I'm Steve Lopez. You know, there's tools that are used in woodworking, there's tools used in auto mechanics, there's also tools that are used in the kitchen. So today I want to talk a little bit, we're going to talk shop and talk about some of the tools that I'm using here in the kitchen. I do get some requests and questions about what are some good items to have or some essential items to have. So today I'm calling this episode of Stay Home Eat Great Kitchen Essentials. And I'm going to be outlining some of the tools I use. And if you have these will get you 95% of all the work you need to do in the kitchen. This will get you there. Before we get started, why don't you subscribe right here on the bottom. Hit the bell as well to be notified every week. Thank you so much. This just helps us gauge and measure how we're doing and lets us know that we are providing that you are benefiting from what we're producing here for you every single week. I'd also like to mention that we have some merchandise available. We have some t-shirts available in black, forest green, and red with the Stay Home Eat Great logo. If you click on the link here in the description, you'll be able to go to the page and purchase one of those if you care to and support your favorite cooking channel. Thank you so much once again. Now on to talking shop in today's episode of Kitchen Essentials. I'd like to start off with knives. There are 3 basic knives you'll need that will do the majority of all your work. I'm starting off quickly with a chef's knife. This is an 8-inch chef's knife. As I always say, a sharp knife is a safe knife. What do you mean by that? My mother-in-law was recently having problems with her hands, and gripping the knife was a problem for her. And I was looking at what she was doing, and she was really having to grip hard because the knife wasn't cutting to it. So she was really having to dig into what she was cutting. And I told her, well, I need to sharpen that knife. So I sharpened the knife, and immediately you can just see as it was cutting right through the chicken breast. It was cutting right through the vegetables, the onions, the potatoes, whatever it is you need to do. A sharp knife lets you know that, be careful, it's sharp. Whatever you touch, you're gonna cut. And if you're not touching anything, you won't cut. As opposed to fighting with something, you just don't know when it's gonna cut. So there you go. An 8-inch chef's knife. They sell them an 8 and 10-inch. I prefer an 8. So as far as knives are concerned, a sharp 8-inch chef's knife. Next up, this will do a lot of your grunt work. These are very cheap, just a paring knife. Both of these are Victorinox brand. You can find them both on Amazon. And of course, I'm not paid to advertise these. These are just products that were inexpensive for me and do a great job. The paring knife is going to help you potatoes, oranges, tomatoes. If you want to do some kind of artsy little roast kind of things that I don't do, you can. This will get the job done. And lastly, a slicer. This knife here will allow you to cut briskets, carve a turkey, cut breads. Just very simple. So with these 3 knives, you got all you're gonna need. All right. So next up, very akin to this, I have a honing steel here. A honing steel. This helps you get a sharp edge every time. I like honing my knives once a week, once every 2 weeks, and that just keeps them in tip-top shape. You're not sharpening them, you're just straightening the edge on them. If you were to look at a knife under a microscope, the blade looks like this, and when it gets very used, it starts getting jagged like this. That's when it doesn't cut. And the honing steel just brings it together for you this way once again and gets it nice and sharp. All right, next up, I'd like to talk about this stainless steel strainer. Try to say that 5 times fast. Stainless steel strainer. This will help you whenever you're steaming vegetables or cooking and you want to bring it out. This will also help you if you're frying some fish, frying some shrimp, you want to French fries, anything you want to dip in hot oil. This will help you get it in and out with ease, of course. Another very important thing here is a whisk. Easily use it for making dressings, for making sauces, for making that meringue if you need to. Very indispensable, especially if you're going to be making some fettuccine alfredo. You're going to need a whisk. Now when it comes to cooking meats, many times you need to hit a certain temperature so it doesn't overcook. I like using an instant read thermometer. This is not very expensive. You can have on standby, and whenever you're ready, this will read the temperature in an instant. All right, next, a couple of things for measuring. A measuring cup, very indispensable and very cheap. You gotta have one. This one I can read down the side or I can read through the top. Either or, you gotta have one. A scale, a digital scale. For those of you that are meal prepping, you want to know how much meat you have, how many ounces. This will get you there. Even people that are baking, people that are pickling as well, you can use a digital scale. A good pair of tongs. These are stainless steel tongs. They're strong. They won't bend. They won't rust. That way, if you're barbecuing, you need to flip that steak over. If you are cooking something on your stove, some chicken breast, you need to flip it over. Come on, bring it and get it going real quick. You want to serve a salad, you can use that as well. So, indispensable here. You can't go far without a good cutting board. Get the best you can and take care of it. These will last you a lifetime. Now this cutting board, of course, it's a double-sided, and if you can go right from from cutting vegetables and fruit under cutting meats on the other side, and you can't go wrong. If you're cutting on a smooth surface, be sure to put a moist towel underneath it to keep it from sliding while you're cutting your meats. All right, now on to what we cook in. I want to start off with a saucepan. Small saucepan just like this with a lid. You can make a little bit of rice in here. You can heat up a sauce in here. You can cook some vegetables in here. It's just totally indispensable. A nice saucepan. Just take boil water and make your boiled eggs every morning for you boiled egg people. You gotta have a saucepan. Something a little bigger. This is an oldie but a goodie that was my grandmother's, and it's been passed down to me. You can make soups in here. My grandmother made tamales in here. You can make, of course, your caldo in here. I make carnitas in here. You can make spaghetti sauce in here. You can make pasta in here. It's endless what you can do with just this one piece here. And this one can easily go from stovetop right into the oven. There's no plastic on here, okay? Again, this is old, tried, and true tech here, all right? A non-stick frying pan. This is a 10-inch non-stick frying pan. Whenever I'm gonna make eggs, this is the one right here. Especially if you want over easy or sunny side up eggs and you don't want them sticking. A high quality non-stick frying pan, 10-inch, perfect size. Now on to another heirloom here. A cast iron skillet. This one right here also belonged to my grandmother. You can buy them for cheap as well. You can find them at your sporting goods stores. You can find them even at your home goods stores and stuff like that, or just at your wherever you might buy your kitchen supplies. A cast iron skillet. This thing gets roaring hot in about a minute and a half, and I love sauteing vegetables on here. I love browning chicken breast. You could do the spatchcock chicken open wide up in here. Start it off on the stove top, finish it off in the oven. Again, this is all cast iron steel here, old school. It'll last forever. Cast iron skillet, excellent for searing steaks as well. If you want to get that seared color on there, make it look and taste beautiful. It'll bring that flavor out. Finally, I'd like to talk a little bit about a roasting pan. This thing is another indispensable tool in my kitchen. I use this in the oven. I use this on the stovetop. I can do briskets in here. I can do chickens in here. I can do a turkey in here. I can start big birds on top and finish them up in there. Sauces in here. You saw last week when I did the short ribs. I did it in this one here. This is just another excellent piece of equipment that you will use in your kitchen over and over again. Well, I believe I've spoken a bit about everything that I use. There are other little knickknacks, but none as much as this one here. You get these tools here together and you can cook. I'm going to tell you, 95% of anything you're going to cook, you will be able to cook it with these pieces of equipment here. They are tools. So this is my episode of Kitchen Essentials. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to start a dialogue right below. Leave me a comment if this is a benefit for you. Every week I'm using these tools, these very same tools. This knife gets the most use. I'm telling you what, if you can only buy one, buy a chef's knife, alright? Great. Don't forget to subscribe right below, ring the bell. Every week I'm coming at you with new recipes. Today was just a little different. I wanted to take a little different approach and stop a little bit and help you understand what we're using in the kitchen and some tools that maybe you haven't considered, or maybe tools that you don't have in your kitchen that'll just make your job of cooking in the kitchen so much easier, maybe even funner to do. So I'm telling you right now, from my house to yours. My name is Steve Lopez with Stay Home Eat Great. God bless you and be safe.